then, it's like, what? There's a group of girls, you've got a group of guys, you're in a club, you're in a bar. At a certain point, you're gonna say, screw it! And then you're going to approach this group of girls and then single out the girl you like and say, hi, can I buy you a drink? And basically, some of them would giggle, some of them would basically whisper at each other, but beyond that, that's it. But now, with camera phones, some of those girls might literally take out their phones to video their friend's reaction. That's terrifying. But anyways, beautiful women wonder why men don't approach them. Oh, okay. So we're back with the gender war, and I guess this time we're seeing this one. Let's see what they've got. All right.
There's a really interesting trend at the moment of very attractive women complaining that men are no longer approaching them, and I find this absolutely fascinating. So,
because it's dangerous. You're gonna get sued or you're gonna get arrested for harassment or, well, SA, especially in some states where catcalling is downright illegal. Quite dangerous, actually. What they're asking for is quite dangerous.
When I was a young man, I only plucked up the courage to actually just walk up to a random woman on the street once because she was really attractive and say, hey, would you like to go out? She turned me down, right? Every other time I've got girlfriends or women who have been interested in me, they've basically come to me and sort of signaled to me that they're interested.
That they definitely did.
Frankly, I've never been the sort of like, walk up to a girl and just start chatting her up type. But
I think that's like an initiation ritual for like every guy out here. Just, walk up to her and say hi. Wanna go for coffee, wanna go out for a drink, and then get shut down. I mean, I think it's an initiation ritual for every guy out there. Just to walk up and say hi. Wanna go out for coffee. Listen to the sound of my voice. Long time ago.
Most of the time, women will signal when they are interested in you, and you just, if you're interested back, you can pick it up and go from there. But I think that there is at least a certain kind of woman who enjoys the attention, right? Who likes to know that actually she is an attractive woman, and she's flattered by men making the effort and, well, as this woman says, catcalling her. Let's listen.
Tell me why.
I mean, in the city where I live, catcalling will get you arrested. That's why it's so dangerous. Don't do it now, alright, you guys? Might get sued for SA or something at this this point in time.
Every day I go out, looking adorable, tits bouncing, skin glistening, and yet nobody.
Remember that French song, Look Down, Look Down? From that song from Les Miserables. Look down, look down. That's bouncing and glistening. Nope, look down. You will get yourself arrested. Alright, guys?
Ever hits on me or approaches me.
Don't do it.
Oh my god, like, please. I'll take a fucking construction worker catcall at this point.
What?
So, now, there are many people who are saying, well, and this is another video of the woman in the orange dress here. Again, very attractive women, and men are just not approaching them. And they're becoming frustrated by it. And as Con here points out, many women, not all of them, spent the majority of the 2010s bitching about rape culture and misogyny and catcalling Me Too, and now mad that young men aren't comfortable.
Now it will get you arrested, you guys, alright? Don't do it. Stay safe. Getting a permanent record on a felony, definitely not worth the effort. Definitely not worth the trouble. Don't do it, okay? Stay safe, you guys.
Approaching them. You create the problem. I don't think it's just young men, although I think the age thing is an interesting question. Because, I mean, this woman looks like she's in her early 20s, and, well, do men in their early 20s actually spend a lot of time dating anyway? It seems that a lot of Gen Z are quite shy.
We have, like, several videos providing that, nope, men definitely don't date anymore.
Introverted, not great at approaching one another, and I mean, not entirely their fault. Probably probably a lot due to social media and the internet and the fact that they've got phones, so they don't have to actually go up and
swipe right.
personally involve themselves. And they seem to have been losing the customs on how to show someone that they're interested that isn't embarrassing or humiliating in some way, and that protects the dignity of both people involved.
Huh.
And I don't blame them. I mean, these are things that I think generally haven't been well passed down. I remember my dad telling me, you've just got to go and ask. And the worst she can say is no. I mean, that's not true. The worst she can do is laugh at you. But that hasn't happened to me. But I can imagine that happens. And
That's definitely going to hurt.
But at the end of the day, as a man, it's tough. And
yes, it is.
You will get over it. It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not. I mean, like I said, for most guys in the previous generation, for most millennials, it's like part of the ritual. It's like part of the humiliation ritual that you're definitely gonna get shot down by a girl, but you know what? You move on. You move on. I mean, it's part of the ritual. But today's day and age for Gen Zs, no, don't do it, you guys. You will get arrested. All right, don't do it.
But the times that it does work, then you know when you think, okay, you know that woman actually seemed to quite like me, and I'm going to go up and ask her out. It's actually really gratifying, and you feel like you've accomplished something. I said I hadn't done once, but now I'm thinking about it. I have actually done it a few more times than that. It was only once that I walked past this woman, and I was just like, wow, she's really attractive. And I was single at the time, and walked up to her. But other times where it's, you know, like I had a date with a girl who sold internet. She was, you know, one of the women on the street, you know, people on the street who's trying to sell broadband, whatever, you know, like 15, 20 years ago. I can't remember how long now. And I didn't want it, but I ended up getting it because she was really cute. And I asked her on a date. And she was,
wait, he got broadband? I got theater tickets? It's like one of my first girlfriends, I asked her, fine, I'll buy. She was selling tickets for her college work, and I told her, fine, I'll buy some of your tickets on the condition that you go out with me, that you'll be my date for this play or something. I can't even remember what we watched, but I just I basically just told her, or basically just asked her that she'd be my date for that night, and she said yes. What could have been worse? Like him could have gotten broadband.
but yeah, okay, great. It didn't go anywhere, but like, you know, it was no big deal. But I ended up with that broadband for a goddamn year. But the point is, when you do it and it goes quite well, then okay, great, you know. But anyway, that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is there's definitely an atmosphere that was created by the feminism of the 2010s. And this, I think, genuinely has had effects. I mean, you know, Me Too, the hysteria about catcalling and misogyny and rape culture and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you can say thanks to Anita Sarkeesian, who herself had probably been catcalled 1 or 2 times. She's not hideous. But you know, who had to marry herself, incidentally. And now these women are feeling the effects.
Sad thing, though. I mean, almost every girl I know has had some run-in with SA. Has had some, you know, at a certain level or at different levels, they experience some form of SA. And for a lot of girls, getting catcalled is basically a threat. That's it for most of them. So, to be honest, I don't know where the balance is. But yeah, it's so sad that almost every girl I know, almost every friend, a girl that's a friend that I've had, has had some experience with getting SA'd at certain levels. So definitely not a good thing.
Of it. That's definitely an issue, and there are lots of women all over the place. It's not just like the odd TikTok video, like this.
But I guess this is good, right? This is safe. This has to be the alternative.
one here. I'm wondering if guys still approach women they don't know but are attracted to. Or this basically never happens
No,
anymore.
don't do it. You'll get
I, as
arrested.
a woman, don't get approached while walking the street, in the grocery store, etc. Men seem to like me at work and on dating apps, but the approach thing from strangers just doesn't happen. And what's really funny is they're looking, going through this and being like, oh, maybe we need to have some sort of social signal, like dropping a handkerchief to see if the guy's interested. And there was someone in this thread. I was reading through it before I started recording this. They're like, yeah, but what if the guy doesn't pick it up? That'd be devastating.
Most guys don't know how to pick it up, alright? I once lost a chance of getting laid because I simply didn't pick up the signal. I was too busy with the TV. Alright? I didn't even notice her changing and just coming out of her room with a t-shirt on. That was all she was wearing. I didn't even notice it until she walked me out the door. And I told her, alright, I need to go. Bye. It wasn't until I was walking down the street. Oh my god, she was literally just like wearing a shirt. And it felt like a bit awkward. It's like I was focused on the TV, and she said, "I'm just gonna change, okay?" I can't even remember why I was so focused on the TV. She said she was going to change, and I sat right in front of the TV. I didn't sit in front of the couch. And the thing is, I didn't even notice that she was sitting right behind me, that she had only a t-shirt on. It was only when the thing that I was watching on the TV was finished and I stood up, alright, I need to go. And she walked me to the door, and then when I took a final look at her, that's when I noticed that she was only wearing like a shirt. I could tell she wasn't wearing a bra or anything underneath it, and it felt like I had to avert my gaze. I didn't know it was some sort of an invitation, right? That's the biggest problem. Most guys can't pick up on signals like that. That incident or that time happened like, what was that? No, oh my god. That thing happened like over 20 years ago and I still can't get over it. I mean, I was walking down the street. I was walking down the street. That was really strange. Really? She'd take off her clothes. She's comfortable. Like, I kept thinking about it, like, she's comfortable only wearing like a shirt with a stranger in her apartment or in her condo. Huh. I thought nothing of it until I told some of my friends that, oh my god, dude, you're so dense. It's like she wanted to get some. And that was the last thing in my mind. It was like the middle of the day, lunchtime. Let's keep going. Anyways, guys, well, definitely, girls, you have to straight up tell them you want attention. Alright, because guys, especially younger men, will miss your signals, alright? That's the lesson.
Absolutely devastating.
What did I forget to silence?
I don't know, I can't find the thing. But okay, yeah, it would. But at least it wouldn't be like...
Hold up. I need to check on that thing. Right, but anyways, guys, that's the thing, girls. Make sure your signals are clear. Because I remember that time, and I was what? I was 17 years old. I wouldn't know shit about signals, okay? Just be clear with the signals. Just straight up front, you want this kind of attention. Period. That's it. Your guy would appreciate you for that.
Obvious. At least you could play it off as if, I just dropped that. I didn't mean to drop it. I wasn't trying to signal. But anyway. So yeah, you've got like other videos of women who are just trying to think of ways to get guys to approach them. Because again, like I think for a lot of women, it's not necessarily that they are, actually they want loads of guys to be hitting on them. But what I think it is just for them to feel secure about themselves, and also gives them something interesting to say about the night. Like, it gives them a social status over other women that these two are talking about instantly.
I guess for them, it's like something, at least, something tonight happened, a guy hit on me or something. I guess, I Ah, I forgot the name of that podcast about how women require validation or go social media. So I guess for them it's like a form of validation, but that's the problem. What kind of validation? Because right now, guys giving girls validation would get the former arrested. So yeah, they need a validation, but for guys, it's a bit dangerous at this point in time. In this political and social climate, right? Keep that record clean, you guys. It's not worth the trouble. It's not worth the effort.
It gives them sort of like it's a story, right? That they can tell their friends and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, this guy approached me. Oh my god, he was this, he was that, whatever." But also, it makes them, it reassures them. Oh, right, no, I am still actually attractive. Because a couple of years ago, I remember doing a video about women when they get older and they start to feel invisible, and it's because, like, when
They're no
you're a
longer
young,
desirable
attractive
at that
woman,
point.
you at least know that men notice you,
At one
and
point in time.
I think that for a lot of attractive young women, they feel important. They feel, oh right, no, I have a place in society, and these guys are looking at me. They're checking me out. Even if they're not approaching me, I'm on their radar. Right? They understand that I am a thing that matters in the grand scheme of male-female relationships, and so in society itself, I am sort of put on the map. But what these
I mean, not at that level. I guess it's just validation. But- Yeah, let's keep going.
women are really complaining about is I think that they feel that they aren't on the map anymore. And this is the same thing that the older women were complaining about. When women get to like their 40s and 50s, and men are no longer just checking them out. You know, they no longer catch men just having a sideward glance, you know, admiringly. Which, again, the feminists have done a superb job of stigmatizing this. But actually, I think for a lot of women, and just a tangent on this, think about the kind of women who are feminists. Very rarely the attractive ones, right? Very rarely the ones who are getting catcalled. So in a way, feminism was kind of like a negative mating strategy, and they've ruined it for the decent-looking women. And you can thank your sisters on that one. They were fighting for your rights, not to feel flattered when you're walking around at night in your best clothes, looking as gorgeous as you can. Like,
I guess there really has to be a balance. Because like I said, for most of the girls that I knew, it was a threat. Getting catcalled was a threat. It wasn't a welcome invitation. And most of them at a certain level or at different levels have experienced getting SA'd at certain levels.
your sisters have done this for you. But I think they're entering the same status as women who grow older. And so, when women get to like their 50s and men are no longer, like, they're no longer a presence on the radar. They're no longer, oh, maybe she's maybe she'd be interested or something like that. That no longer happens because men just aren't thinking, okay, I want a 50-year-old woman. I'm going to pick up a 50-year-old woman. So it's one of those things that the older invisible women who didn't get married and don't have kids and don't have families, this is one of the things that, by the way, ladies, you're going to want to get married and have kids so you don't turn into one of these invisible women. It will happen to you too, because this is the nature of what the manosphere uncharitably but fairly calls the wall. When you reach the menopause, frankly, you stop being a viable mate in evolutionary terms, and then that just means that men just don't generally tend to check you out. And younger women, it seems, are actually encountering this firsthand, and so they're strategizing, well, what can we actually do to not be invisible? Because, we're still potential mates. What can be done?
So I guess the point of this video is like there has been an overcorrection in terms of feminist empowerment. Is that it? Comments, please. I mean, is that what he's trying to say? That these women are currently suffering from the feminist overcorrection? Anyways, again, comments, please.
I mean, this is a fascinating video. This is absolutely fascinating. Let's watch this.
The dating scene is getting so bad in New York City that I am seeing on TikTok there are girls going into Midtown during the week and stealing Finance Bros salads for lunch. And then looking their name up from the salad order on LinkedIn and then messaging them through there and being like, hey, oh my god, so sorry, I grabbed your salad, like, let me just make it up to you and buy you a new one. And that's how they're
Okay.
like sliding it, which honestly, smart. Why are we stealing
That's actually a good strategy. Get a free salad. What, free lunch? And then I'm gonna get a date out of it. Why not? But you know what? That is a bit sad. I mean, swipe left, swipe right. It had to result to that, or it had to end with this.
men's salads? Like that's why can't they just come up to us at a bar? Like why is it getting to this point?
Yeah, it's gotten to this point.
Men, just please step up, or your salad's gonna fucking get taken.
I guess going back to that old video that we've tackled, the effort simply isn't worth it anymore.
Your lunch is gonna get taken every week. Like I'm seeing girls get so creative these days. Like they're making bracelets with their phone numbers on them and giving them to you guys at the bars. They are taking pictures of you sneakily and then being like, hey, oh my god, making it their phone screen and being like, hey, can you take a picture of me and my friends so you can see that your picture is their home screen. All just different ways to try to talk to you guys because you guys don't come up to us in New York City, and it's crazy.
Okay, some of that was weird.
Yeah.
If I talked to a woman and she had my picture as her phone screen, I'm like, the hell's happening, man? Is this
Definitely an
some sort of weird,
overcorrection.
creepy Truman Show thing? But there we go. I mean, that is clever and creative. Oh, I took your salad by accident, blah, blah, blah. But this is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, women will signal that they're interested, but I guess if they're not getting approached at all,
Most guys just don't get it, right? Stema. No, I guess okay. Here's the conclusion that here's our conclusion, right? So most guys will not get that signal. Most guys believe that it's not worth the effort anymore. The price isn't worth the effort anymore. So girls, I'm guessing from your end, it's up to you to step up because getting a criminal record for catcalling definitely ain't worth it.
well, this is actually becoming a problem for them, isn't it?
Yes, it
Again,
is.
there are loads of videos of very attractive women who are just like, why can't I get a man? And one can't help but feel that it might be a sort of confluence. I think technology definitely has a role to play in this, and the kind of unwinding of
Yes, it
society and the shared social customs and traditions that instructed men and women on how exactly to actually meet one another. I think that is genuinely a thing that's happened, although I obviously can't quantify it in any way. But I also do think it's the feminism. I do think that like a lot of men feel like they were essentially kind of beaten out of ever approaching women. And they're like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to come across as like some insane creep or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But Lisa Britton here makes a good point. There's a trend of women asking, well, what's wrong with men? Maybe they're asking the wrong question. And someone replies, well, they should hang out in the forest. I'm sure the bears would approach them. Well, touche.
Okay.
But this is something that a lot of men are worried about. They worry about coming off as creepy. And so it's like, well, there's the whole problem with feminism is that, I mean, there are lots of problems with feminism, but one of the main issues with feminism and why most
Each and every social theory has their own problems.
women are not feminists, right? I remember back in like 2014 or whatever, the feminists were like 80% of women agree with gender equality, and yet only like 10% of women call themselves feminists. Why? And it's because feminism contains within it a dark animus against men as men. They hate men, and they actually seek to destroy men. They seek to unseat them from their positions of power and authority because they're men, not because they've done anything wrong. They just are resentful and spiteful against men. And if these women were allowed to control the discourse for a decade, which
I mean, every social theory has their own versions of extremists, okay?
they were, well,
But at this point, yeah, I guess there's definitely some level of overcorrection. Because as a millennial who grew up in the 2Ks, it wasn't really that hard. I mean, the theory was that you still need to approach women at bars. You still need to go to the club, say hi, and I buy you a drink. Hey, you want to go out for coffee sometime? I mean, that was a deal back in the early 2Ks, but now, I'm not sure. I mean, the whole Tinder Bumble thing it's definitely a new thing. definitely a recent thing.
Surprisingly, that does have consequences. That does have a knock-on effect that people go, oh, right, okay. If for some reason this is representative of women, and we all agree that the feminists represent women, well, then things change to, you know, you get a natural and reasonable reaction to what is being broadcast. And so men are like, right, okay, I'm not allowed to approach women anymore. I don't want to come off as some guy out of Mad Men or something, some dinosaur. And so a lot of men just won't. Even if they see an attractive girl and they think, oh, God, I wish I could. Apparently a lot of them don't. And now the women are beginning to notice this. And a lot of men just have never approached a woman in person.
18 to
And
25,
70%
so definitely Gen Zs. Alright, definitely younger men. Well, there's always been that fear of rejection. It's part of the ritual that you will get rejected and you will get laughed at, especially with your friends standing behind you. It's part of the game. That's what makes it so exciting.
Men say the number one reasons they don't approach women is fear of rejection. So this is another thing. Like, and this is something that when I was young, women actually how to say it. There was less need for performative cruelty, right? Because when I was young, there was no social media. You weren't going to record this, put it up. You weren't going to share it online and get loads of upvotes, likes or whatever. There was no, you know, a girl would tell like 3 or 4 of her friends, her close circle of friends, and they'd titter and whatever when you walk by. But there was nothing really in being.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's that too. During the early 2Ks, there were no camera phones. So if you get humiliated, if you get rejected in front of everyone, you know what? By next week, everyone would have forgotten about it. But now with the camera phones out, your rejection will be immortalized. Oh my God.
Formatively sort of belligerent when rejecting someone. And so, honestly, and I know I'm going to sound like old man here.
Yeah, I mean, she will laugh at you guys. Those things will happen. Guess what? It will hurt. But, oh my God. It's like, I feel so sad for the upcoming generations right now for the simple reason that, you know what, you'll never get to experience it. Or that it's part of the game, or you'll never get to experience the game. So I guess safest bet would be swipe left, swipe right.
I was younger. I mean, there were plenty of girls that I thought liked me that I asked out and that didn't like me, and they were quite kind when they said, "Oh no, no, thank you." Right? You know, I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you. And that's rough.
That's fine,
but it's not devastating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world.
And you know, within the next day, you just get over it and you carry on with your life.
By next week, even if you get rejected out in public, even if you get rejected in front of a crowd, especially with your friends behind you who will laugh, by next week, it'll be over. But now, with camera phones out, you will be immortalized. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, you guys.
It's just the way that things go. Sometimes you roll the dice with someone that you either know or work with or whatever, and sometimes you don't get what you want. But I think that now there's a kind of hard edge to it. And I genuinely think it comes from feminism. I genuinely think it comes from a culture of thinking that men are basically oppressive and...
Alright, so he's definitely blaming feminism for this overcorrection. Okay. I want to know. I mean, guys, again, like I said, we're here to observe, we are here to learn, and apparently our dude here believes that this overcorrection is a result of feminism.
Kind of hateful, frankly, and it's a culture that genuinely stigmatized men, and I can definitely see that as a younger man now, I would definitely say it's scarier as a younger man now to approach.
Yeah,
it
is.
I could see why. I mean, I think this is more
because back then it's like what? There's a group of girls, you've got a group of guys, you're in a club, you're in a bar. At a certain point, you're gonna say screw it, and then you're going to approach this group of girls and then single out the girl you like and say hi. Can I buy you a drink? And basically, some of them would giggle, some of them would basically whisper at each other. But beyond that, that's it. But now with camera phones, some of those girls might literally take out their phones to video their friend's reaction. That's terrifying.
An American thing. I get the feeling that over in Britain it's probably still not that bad. Although I have to say, I'm just judging from the young men I know in this age bracket that I know.
Yeah.
Because of course I never approach women. I don't go anywhere or do anything, and with women at all. But I can see why younger men now would feel like it's more worrisome than it
Definitely
was when I was
scarier
young.
now.
But maybe I'm overreating. I honestly, I want to open this up to you guys.
Especially with COVID. I mean, are having boys or having friends still a thing? Is going out with the boys still a thing? Is clubbing still a thing? I don't even know.
Guys in the comments, because honestly, I don't know.
Comments, please, again.
And but there's got to be something to it, right? There's got to be something here, because it's weird that you get very beautiful women going, well, where the hell are the men? And the men going, well, look, we're a bit too afraid to approach you. There has to have been some reason for it, and it honestly probably is feminism.
Bye.
Thank you for watching, guys. So if you want me to check out other stories here on YouTube, please let me know in the comments. We upload on the weekends, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also, check out our Twitch channel where you can watch me do this live. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do the whole notification button thing to help me out with the algo, and class dismissed.